So I'd like to welcome everybody to part 2 of my kind of ongoing Fulgore guides. This one's going to be in depth on just his meter. That's the only thing we're going to be working on this time. You all know the drill. Fulgore gets his music. So we all know Jago. He's a pretty meter heavy character. So if we play as Jago for a little bit, we need to, well, anyway, let's shoot some fireballs here. Put that on playback. So now if we block these, Jago gets meter. So that's a benefit that pretty much every character in the game except Fulgore has. If you block their stuff, they gain meter. Now, the way everybody else also works is if they're blocking, they gain meter. And Fulgore does not have that benefit. So if we reset here, so if he's blocking, oh, I thought I said I was blocking. Block off. Okay, so if he's blocking, he's gaining meter here. Gaining a decent amount. So he's gaining some on block. Now if Jago's attacking, kind of like before, I'm sure you noticed it too, but so Fulgore's got 4 pips right now. Now if we put that on playback and we're blocking, I'm not gaining any spin speed, I'm not gaining anything whatsoever. Now I'm sitting on 4 pips, and through all this pressure, I could choose to shadow counter, or I could wait for my point to punish. So right now he's just kind of whatever. Nobody would really do this with Jago, but look for my opening, get my counter, so now I got some meter to work with. So, because Fulgore in a defensive position is somewhere where you don't want to be, because you don't get any benefit being there. You lose all of your benefits. You lose your spin speed. You lose all of that. The only time that it's okay to be there is if you have meter already, and you'll eventually find a way out. But if you have 2 pips and you're on minimum spin speed and they're frame trapping, pressuring you to death, you're either going to have to risk a DP to get out, or you're going to have to wait like 30 seconds to generate those 2 pips to shadow counter, or wait for instinct and then you'll build your meter that way. Which, it works, but at the same time it's, it's not where you want to be. You don't want to rely solely on that. You want to have your own little ways to build meter. And one way is physical pressure strings. So, no, I should have left him blocking. So, like if I do lasers, those cost my spin speed, but they give me the benefit of being positive. And then you have all of your pressure and stuff like that. But look at my spin speed, it's not going anywhere. I'm not netting meter in any of this. I'm losing meter for my pressure, which is why you want to hope to open somebody up eventually. That's also why Fulgore's pressure is so good, is he has to spend his meter to get it. Otherwise you can do a pressure string with, not being safe. You have enough time to block, but you'll gain some spin speed out of it. So roundhouse into a blade dash or something like that. You can gain some spin speed that way, but if you're doing his good pressure, which generally you'll want to do because you'll get, higher odds of an opener. Unless you're going to do a, fake reversal off your blade dash, that's a good thing, because if you land that DP, as we talked about it in the original guide, that is a huge amount of spin speed. So if we're going to spend all my spin speed and spend all my meter here. There we go. So all my meter is gone. So now let's say I get my opener here, do 1 chance break. I just built a little bit of spin speed. And then I can do a juggle ender, boom. Turn that into kind of a fake battery ender. Build some spin speed off the DPs. Do stuff like that. So that gave me a good chunk of spin speed. Short combos into juggles. Those are giving me good spin speed, but as we covered in the original guide, if you can land it, that one right there, land that twice, you can even You can even set it up. That one would have been breakable because I did a laser, but it's right there, that little bit. So, and then you have to be conscious. Like right now, I have no spin speed. If I was in this position, full red life against the Jago, he's got 2 bars and instinct. I have no instinct and 1 pip. I'm at a pretty big disadvantage here unless I get lucky and get something like this. Get myself some spin speed and I'm in a positive. You know, bait out his DP. Oop, I missed my thing there. Go into wall splat, get, you know, spin speed again. Things like that. But gotta manage your meter, you know, watch your pip cancels. It's okay to do stuff, but always leave yourself a little bit of leeway. And anytime you get a lockout, you want to be doing your auto triples because that gives you more spin speed than anything. And if you get a counter breaker, I'll just show you here. We'll put break all. Whoops. Wow, I suppose he's breaking frame 1 is going to be hard. Oh, why can't I do that? There we go. You can do a heavy auto triple, light blade dash, heavy auto triple, and that should be unbreakable. 2 heavies and a medium punch, but there it is. Yeah, that's just enough. So 2 sets of heavies and a medium. You can do that in the counter breaker time because they won't have a chance to break it. Actually, let's do a shadow so I can show it off again. So heavy kick because it's faster, and then medium punch. So don't end it early like I did. That was a mistake. So, heavy kick, medium punch. God dang it, I'm getting buffer misses here. Why is it doing that to me? Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. What? Well, that shouldn't have happened. There we go. So yeah, you can do that on a counter breaker. But you gotta use heavy kick because heavy punch is slower. I'll show you an example. What the heck? How is he locking up? See, I didn't even finish my medium auto double animation. So you can see that the heavy kicks are significantly faster. But another thing to do too is when you're playing neutral with Fulgore, another ways to build some spin speed is don't use specials as much. Kind of just sit there, you know, poke with some normals, jump in, stuff like this, you know. So that'll be a good way to get your spin speed because you can, you know, you can go sweep and destroy, and you know, tick throw because throws are good for spin speed. Jump in, tick throws, they work. Axis flashes plus unblock, you can tick throw with that. I think they can reversal any of these though, so I mean, you want to condition them to not doing that, so build some spin speed that way. Otherwise, the frame trap with the light knee, that's a good way. Like 1, 2, 3, poke 3 times with it, go for a throw, and teleport behind. Just little things like that, you know, tick, tick. It's like the more you use your specials, so I just used 2 lasers and a teleport, and I just depleted all of my spin speed. You know, so it's always a constant battle, but eventually you'll find your little happy medium. But when you are at like full pips like I am right now, you know, you have a lot to work with. You have a shadow counter, 4 pip cancels, and then in that time you should at least build another couple pips. So, you know, you do stuff like this. That's a pretty dirty setup. Do a throw, teleport cancel stuff there. Like, you know, keep your meter up. Like, you know, I'm gaining my pips pretty slow. You know, but you have stuff to work with. It's not too bad to build up meter, but it really, you just gotta, you know, get the right pressure early. Like, if you get the vortex though, don't worry about building your spin speed. Keep them down as long as you can, because if you can take a round just by getting the vortex going, that'll be more beneficial than anything, because you can vortex without pips. You can, you know, it takes a little bit, but you can do it. So if I teleport behind, like, so you can do it. And then eventually you will build some meter off it too. Oh, I thought I had it, but anyway. Dirty short combos, keep your vortex, because you can do it all without pips. But then the other thing too is like the meter and like for the beam and stuff. So say we're in a long drawn out match, just hit, you know, round 2, I built up enough meter, so now we're in this position where I don't have instinct because I burned it mid round. Jago's got all of his stuff, and you know, I don't want to spend it right away. I kind of want to just tease it. Just, you know, somewhere like that. Just tease it, teleport away. Vortex. And resets. Right now I probably would have took him down to enough. Now he jumps over that and, you know, save it to end the round, you know, something like that. Because then he'll be afraid to jump, which is, you know, one of Jago's strongest things. Like, his cross-ups are good, he's got good normals and stuff like that. And he could probably shadow wind kick through the beam too if he spaced it right, but it's, as I talked about in the guide too, like, if he's full meter with instinct, you have no instinct and you burn the beam, like, it's gonna take you a while to burn, you know, to get your pips back. Where someone like Jago, who's got good neutral, good frame traps and everything, he can lock you down pretty good, and you know, that's somewhere with a no meter Fulgore, like, you don't want to be. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, there's a pip. That's somewhere you don't want to be. But land something like that. Now I'm at full spin speed. I can contest with some of his crap. Didn't mean to do that, but, you know, meter management character, gotta, you know, constantly have an awareness of what your meter is. Oh, that was, you know, 'cause you can cover a lot of ground off of, you know, setups like that one with full meter, because a lot of times, like, even I'm kind of inexperienced with it, but when you have full meter, you can do lots of stuff with Fulgore. Like, his backdash is really good. Like, I can probably dash all the way to him from here. Do a throw almost. No, just a little bit closer, so about there. Boom. That's pretty tough to react to, especially if you can, you know, like, I can even beat the hit stun frames. Oops. I'm sure there's a way I can even hit them from that. Yep. But as we talked about before, the wall splat's still my favorite. One chance break. Boom. But that's a lot of resources to expend. So, Fulgore cannot play like Jago. You don't want to always sit there and do damage enders. You always got to be conscious of your meter. You don't want to shadow counter every chance you have unless you have meter to spare, or it's a situation where you don't feel you have another option. But sometimes you gotta think like, okay, if I have 4 pips and I'm on slow spin speed, is that pip pressure gonna be the one thing that I need? Or, you know, can I do something better with my meter? That didn't work. Sure, a little tidbit. I mean, you'll eventually get accustomed to things. If you play them enough, you'll just start to just kind of take peeks up at your meter and be like, okay, I got 5 pips. I can burn a shadow in a combo this time. If I get a lockout, you know, get some of my spin speed back. Wake up pressure here. You know, reset, boom. You know, if you land little stuff like that. Like, even landing Sweep and Destroy on block, you know, doing a light laser, I think you make a net gain off that. Let's see. We need block off. Pretty sure you make a net gain off this. A little bit. I think a blade dash would be a little bit better. Yeah. That's a good amount of spin speed. I don't know which one's the most positive on the block, though. Medium, maybe? Where's the attack? Yeah, there we go. That's -3. Light's -2. Heavy's -4. So yeah, you want to do the light one. Because then you'll get some good spin speed off of it. God damn, it's -44. Yeah. So that's good pressure right there. You can even DP afterwards if that lands. I wonder how much that does for spin speed. You want light one. God dang it. I keep burning too much here. So even on block, that's a good amount of spin speed. Yeah. So that's really about all I can give as information on that. I mean, you kind of got to feel it out. So, and shadows of stuff like this doesn't spend your spin speed, but it does spend your meter, obviously. So, just play around with this meter for a bit. It'll always seem like you feel like you're at a disadvantage at first, but once you start doing, you know, pip cancels, stuff like that. That's the big benefit of his meter. Like, even though you don't need to do pip cancels to do good pressure anymore, you can kind of just do this for a while now. Just +2. What's this one? Still +2. That pushes it away, so you can do like light, mediums. You'll figure stuff out though. It just takes a little bit of time. But, you know, I'd like to thank everybody for watching these guides, and I do hope that we start to see a few more Fulgore players out of these, because I have spent a good long time playing him, and he is definitely a lot of fun. It takes some effort to learn, but once you start learning some crazy stuff, you'll kind of see where people say he's like this really overpowered character, but you'll eventually start to see like how much effort he really takes. Go out, have some fun, DP some people, vortex them, make them cry, because that's what the Robot of Devastation does. So, anyway, everybody take care, and hopefully we'll see you when the next installment comes out. I still don't know what one that's going to be yet, but when it comes out, you guys will know. So. Take care.